Pancake. What's up, guys? Welcome back to another project. Today, my music project. Now, Tanner, what is this music project? It's my career project. You should know that. You're the teacher. Come on, keep up. So, you might be wondering, what career do I want to be in? What is this kid right there want to be in? Well, let me answer that for you. A composer. Now, you might be wondering, what is a composer? All the songs that you hear to shows, to movies, to video games, all written by a composer. And you might be like, what's the point of it? Why do you want to be in this? I hardly even realize it's a thing. I just watch the movie. I don't listen to the music, Tanner. Well, it's simple as this. I want to be, when I'm older, something to do with television or cartoons or anything of that sort. So, you know how I would get in there? With music? A composer. And you might be wondering still, well, what does this do for me? What do I have to do? What is my objection? Is to make the audience feel what I want them to feel. Let's say it's a huge action shot, and I want to have dramatic music for the most epic battle I've ever seen in my life. Then I put it and make that music epic. Like Fortnite. Someone's dying. Sad. You don't want them to die. You like them. Well, I'm gonna play the saddest song imaginable. Let's say this dude right here dies, and there's happy music. The audience are gonna be like, wait, what? Doesn't make sense. I like that guy. Why? He's not a bad guy. Why would I be happy him dying? They'll just get confused. They won't understand. They're dumb idiots. I don't know, man. Like I was saying, these are the types. You got SpongeBob. All his music very themed. Everything sounds Hawaiian, tropical, oceanal. More like the Fairy Odd Parents, you don't really realize the music. It's more in the sounds. Like, wacha and boomerja. More sound effects to their emotions so you can like visualize how expressive they are, because the animation wasn't that great, so they had to supply a lot of sounds to it to keep kids entertained. Spider-Man. Everyone knows the Spider-Man theme. He's like, no, Batman. But with Spider-Man? Come on, guys. John Wick, like I was saying, action-oriented. You don't want to hear like a SpongeBob type music when you're into that dangerous of a setting. And even game music, very background. You just want something in your ears, because a game without music is low-key kind of creepy. Like any game without music, I personally I don't want to play it. I'm gonna get nightmares. Same with SpongeBob back there. Look at that freak. Look at him. Now, what's the average salary of a composer? Now, this also depends how much roles you get. Let's say I make friends with a person, but that would be more later down the career, and you do get more money when, like, I don't know the serial cap, but you get more money more you work, obviously. It's most jobs like that. But as you see here, $61,740 to $100,036 per year. Now that's really good. But you gotta be very smart, because if you're just like a B-tier music person, you might get in those extra jobs. You're not gonna be in all those movies, shows, games. You can make a lot of money over time though, like I saw, just like LeBron did. Dang, you need a lot of experience. Now, so what degree do I need, Tanner? Obviously, there's a university for it. You gotta get a university degree in music. Whoa! Or complete a program at a music academy. I don't really know what that is, but music. And obviously you need to know how to play instruments to tell other people how to play instruments. Like, bruh, what are you thinking? What are you thinking? Come on, come on. The NB thing. What did I pick? Collaboration. Now this is actually very important. So, first thing you need to collaborate with, in my opinion, the most important thing, is get the theme of the thing you're doing. Like SpongeBob, very Hawaiian themed, you're not gonna hear like metal in that. You're gonna hear very tropical music. But like in, I don't know, Spider-Man, you're not gonna want to hear the same thing. You're gonna want a direction. Especially if it's a light Spider-Man, which is all happy-dappy, whoop-de-doo, always wins. More for the kids. Or if you want an edgier one, you want that hardcore music. You want the you know what I'm saying? Compared to Fortnite, where you don't want the music to overstimulate them. Because they're just looking through the shop, trying to buy their skins. They don't want to hear Metro booming, mega boom. It's not a real song. It's to backtrack what they are doing. Movies, very important. You do not want to mess up a score, because personally, I've listened to some music in some movies before. Dog water. Like, it didn't fit out. It just felt so off, and it threw me out of the immersion. You don't want that, especially in like a movie very dedicated story. Let's say Avengers Infinity War had like the worst music you've ever heard for that theme. Like, at the end, it was all like, "Brr, woo, yay!" Kids cheering. You put the laugh track in there. Like, in those type of movies, it's not like a sitcom. Speaking of sitcoms very rely on the laugh track. Imagine if you're a composer and you just go, no laugh track. Like, it's just not gonna feel. Have you ever seen those edits where it's the sitcoms and then there's no laugh track? They go bazinga, and it's just no, just stop it. Next, collaboration. Obviously, with the musicians performing your songs. If the musicians don't know how to play that, and you don't collaborate with them they should be able to ask you how you want it to be like played, because they could get timing off, and let's say you don't collaborate well. They're not gonna know that. You gotta tell them, and you gotta be direct. You gotta use your voice, and you gotta be like, that was wrong. Collaborations with other composers. Sometimes shows pulling multiple composers. It's not that odd to see multiple people being attributed to it. Especially on a big score for, like, let's say a 5-hour movie. That's gonna be long. Come on, man. So you gotta collaborate to every single one of you have the same idea. If one of you is thinking edgy and the other of you is thinking like action, it's not gonna end well for you guys. It's just not. Collaborations with musicians. And I don't mean like the musicians that you are composing. I mean like Kendrick Lamar, Metro Booming, Weezer, you know, like bands and singers. Because sometimes, recently, we've been seeing a lot more publicity to get rappers and big singing names onto scores. It's just so this musician gets a lot of more streams, more money, song gets more publicity, more viewers equals more money. And who wants to do anything if there's no money involved? My predictions for what's gonna happen in the future. These freaks, these killers of everything I love. I want to be an artist. I love art. Love doing it, love doing it, love doing it. AI is taking over that. And they're taking over music way better than they're taking over art. As an artist, I can tell when it's AI. They got 4 fingers in that. Everything looks the same. You can tell. Videos, don't even try it. The music, they're getting really good at cloning people's voices, and they're getting good at making beats. I literally made a song. I didn't do nothing for it. They made the beat, they made the vocals, and it was actually pretty decent. Like, I bet some people wouldn't have cared. Like, seeing this, I don't think it will ever take the creativity out of us, because we'll always need creativity. But man, I don't want all robots to die. All robots should die. Next prediction, TV's dying, man. TV shows like cartoons that I grew up with, I'd have done. And their spin-offs are aging lower and lower. They're going for a younger kid because now kids get like an iPad by their 5 and they're addicted to the iPad. They're watching YouTube, TikTok, they ain't watching the TV. SpongeBob's getting the lowest views it's ever had, I think. And that just saddens me. Like, I know I'm part of the problem. I'm not watching TV. I'm only watching like game shows. But like, it's sad to me to see kids not grow up with these shows. And now they're gonna grow up with YouTubers. And it's more personal, so I kinda like it, but some of these YouTubers use the kids to trick them to buy what they want. At least when cartoons did it, it was to buy SpongeBob. Who doesn't like SpongeBob? But even like with sitcoms and shows in general, TV is dying. Who uses cable? No one. And people are getting sick of all the streaming. Like, Disney Plus is like dying. Well, not dying, but getting really low. So is Netflix. Personally, me, I don't have either of them. I just do something illegal. Pirating. Movies. Kind of the same thing. Streaming really took that over. I only go to movies with my friends. I have not done a family movie, like, at the movies since like 2020, I think. Like, I think I watched one movie out with my sister, and that was really it. I don't go to a movie as often as I used to. I used to go to every Marvel movie in person, and now I barely watch any Marvel movies. Maybe they just go full on stock. This is my least reasonable one, I think. Like, this one will stop, like, won't really affect me as much, but it will affect my pay. This one will affect me a lot, because then I'll be like, a YouTube editor? What? That one affects me the most. You can see the Venn diagram. You know, I'm fancy like that. Yeah. Now this one, they could just do what SpongeBob did in the original seasons. Until like, I think a couple years ago, everything was stock. There was no original composing on that show. Until, I don't know why, they redid it. It's just the same songs, I think with a little difference. I don't know why they did that. I don't know if they're gonna put it on Spotify. Who's listening to SpongeBob outside of the show? I don't know, but hey, good for the composer. More money. And that's what I want at the end of the day. Time to reflect. To reflect on why I want this. I want this so I can be into TV. And that's really why I think this career fits me personally. Because I'm a very artistic, maybe I'm not that good at music, but if art somehow fails me and I get a music degree, that's what I'm gonna go for. I wanna be creative, and I want to see, like, let's say I make best friends with the next genius of cartoon. He'll make the next SpongeBob. And then I'll help him, and then he'll be like, yo, I'm making a cartoon. That's a cool one. Want to help me and be creative? Boom. I'm just co-creating a show now. That was my whole goal. That's why I think it's kind of suitable for me. But I could see if you don't think so. Because a composer, it seems like you really need a lot. And you need a lot of music knowledge. Because you're going to know how to evoke those emotions out of people. And you got to know how the instruments evoke those emotions. And you got to know how the musicians evoke it. And you got to know so much. You got to know so much. And it's so much for my little brain. If you know what I'm trying. But hey, I didn't want to be a singer. Like, I don't know how to rhyme. What? Cut back in 3, 2, 1. But, and I know those pay grades are so high, but I don't want to be a spoiled rich boy. I want to be a little loser. So, I don't know if I'll even be that successful in it, because I don't want to be that bad, because, like, you know, if I get enough money, I want to do something creative. I could always quit the job when I get enough money, because that's a lot of money. And I mean a lot of money. Like, I could start my own cartoon, like, studio, my game studio. I could do anything with that money. And I just want to have a grateful job. And that's why I think it's good for me. At the end of the day, these are the reasons why I wanted to be a composer. Is to be in a creative environment around shows, games, movies, because that's what I want to be when I'm older. Outside of high school, outside of university, that's what I want to do in any of those three. But let's say art doesn't work out for me. So I'm gonna become a musician art. And I would love to be that. Because it really puts it in. From the actions and the sound effects to me waving my hand to make the SpongeBob music that goes bow, 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 and really does have a theme, to action movies where I go boom, 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 boom. And you really feel the suspense and the pressure put on the main character. All I want to do is be creative. And at the end of the day, this is what I think fits me the most and my personality the most. It makes a lot of money and it takes a lot of education. So I really have to try my best. And that's really what I want at the end of the day. To make me happy. Don't really care about the money. Just want to be happy. If I can take that money and do something with it, like make my own studio so people can be creative if I couldn't, that's what I would do. But thank you for listening, and goodbye.